Hey, this is Heidi Dawson. If you love all things health and wellness and style of any kind, hang out here with me each week. I'm obsessed with never-ending improvement, and it's all in an effort to help each one of us live a wildly successful lifestyle. Subscribe today so you don't miss a thing.
Hi, guys. Welcome to episode 619 of the Wildly Successful Lifestyle Podcast. I'm so happy you're here. If you're new to the podcast, I'm glad you found us. Thank you for being here. And if you've been around a while, thanks for always showing up. Not only for me, but for yourself and for everyone you interact with daily, because we focus on being the best that we can be. And that starts with making sure our head is in the right place. So that's what I generally try to do. And usually 15 minutes or less twice a week to remind us that we're in control of our happiness, and that happiness starts in our head. So keep hanging out. The goal is always to keep getting better and better, not to be perfect, just to get better every day. So this last week, I spent a few days with my parents and my big sister. I love that. I'm so happy I make time to do that. I do make time to spend time with them because it's important to me. And it's also important to them. Now, my parents have been sick with the flu lately, and my big sister, who lives right next door, she's been caring for them so well. She's honestly been amazing. While we were there, though, some things happened that were a little scary to me, like little moments of forgetfulness that weren't there before. A few of them, very, small on their own, but together they kind of scared me. I mean, it felt like a quiet preview of what might be coming down the road someday. And almost instantly, I heard a voice in my head say, I'm not good at this. I cannot handle this kind of thing in my life right now. And you guys know, you know me, if you've been listening for a while, I caught those thoughts. And you also know that those kinds of thoughts, those kind of statements, they're not just untrue. They do real damage. They shrink us before anything has even happened. So I just sort of took a step back and I asked myself, okay, what do I actually know to be true about me? And then I listed them right there. I thought, okay, I can handle anything that comes my way. I'm very resilient. I'm mentally and physically strong. And then I told myself to start acting like it because I am and I know. And that's what I did. So I leaned in, and my sister and I really helped. My mom usually never lets us help her do anything. She's always like, sit down, let's just have fun and I'll do this later. But we actually really helped clean everything up, like clean the kitchen. We even made some of the food, which my mom generally doesn't let us. And we had such a great time, even though they weren't feeling well. We laughed, and really when I left, I felt a steady calm instead of feeling shattered, which could happen when you see your parents getting older and aging and those signs showing up where you're like, oh no. But I reminded myself that, our self-talk is so important. Every single one of us has to work on this, right? You know what I'm talking about. And some of us don't even realize how harsh we are to ourselves or how often we talk ourselves out of our own strengths before we even need them. And we say things in our head that we would never say out loud to someone that we love. Never. Imagine your best friend calling you and saying, okay, something hard is going on with my family and I don't think I'm cut out for it. I don't think I can handle it. Would you just sit there and agree and say, yeah, you're probably right. You've never been great at tough stuff. Of course not. You would remind her of every time she's risen to the occasion. You'd tell her that she's stronger than she feels right now, and you'd say, you've got this. You always do. So why is it so hard to offer ourselves that same grace? I mean, it's okay to admit things are hard or will be hard. It's also okay to not want to deal with them, to not want to deal with the hard things, but still know that you're going to handle them anyway. And that's what I know about myself, because I'm a person who shows up for my people, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. And the truth is, hard things are coming for all of us. That's not being pessimistic. I'm not all about that. That is just life. It's part of life. And family stuff, health stuff, loss, change, it shows up. And when it does, the voice that we've been practicing in our head in those quiet moments, that's the one that's going to speak the loudest. So we have to practice the right voice. We have to practice that in advance. So for me in that moment with my parents, I could have let the story be, this is too much. I am not built for this. And part of me wanted to, because saying I can't handle this feels safer somehow. Like it lets me off the hook. Like I don't have to be responsible. I don't have to manage it. But that's not safety. That's actually just fear dressed up as denial. I know good and well I'll always be there if my parents need me or if anyone in my family needs me for that matter. But instead of belittling myself, I simply acknowledged what was actually true, that this is hard and it might and probably will get harder. But I'm still a person strong enough to walk through it. I've walked through hard things before, and I will walk through them again. I don't have to enjoy it, but I can handle it. And that small shift changed everything. It let me show up fully for my parents, for my sister, and for myself. And so my challenge to you this week is to start listening to what you're saying to yourself in your head. Just notice, no judgment at first, just curiosity. And when you catch a thought that's harsh or limiting, just pause and ask, now would I say this to someone I care about? If the answer is no, then that thought doesn't get to live rent-free in your head any longer. And then just give yourself something better. There's always a better feeling thought. Brooke Castillo has always said that. And I'm not asking for fake cheerfulness. We're not pretending things are easy. We just want the truth. Something simple and something solid that you know to be true about yourself. So like, I'm still here. I've made it through everything so far. I'm capable of more than I feel right now, or I'm allowed to learn as I go. Something that is honest, but feels a little bit better. Because the voice in your head isn't neutral. It's building you up or it is tearing you down every day in 1,000 tiny ways. And you get to choose which one it does. You're stronger than the hardest moments make you feel. You're more resilient than the scariest previews you have. And you deserve to hear that from yourself, especially when no one else is around to say it. Build yourself up. Be your own biggest cheerleader. It matters. Share this with 3 people who need to remember to be nice to themselves. I love you guys. I'll talk to you in a few days.
Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends, because we're just going to keep going bigger and better places together, and I love that about us. Talk to you in a few days.